All right, welcome to another video. Today's a special. We hit 50,000 subscribers, and so because we did, we thought that it would be fitting to shoot a top 5 greatest moments of the YouTube channel. Now, some of them are going to be old, and most of them are mostly newer. I've just been super hyped on the content we've been putting out lately. This video was shot on the Sony and also on the live stream for everybody on YouTube. So we did this live. So there's probably going to be some interesting moments. There might not be any at all. Another big thing we've been doing lately is thanking all of our partners who have been supporting the channel. And these guys are ultimately taking the channel and allowing us to do things and make edits like the ones that I'm about to show you that I'm in love with. And so for that, we say thank you to them. They've made the content free. They've made the financial backing aspect of it no longer necessary from YouTube, and so we can create the art that we want to create. So first up, we're going to have to say a big shout out to Holdfast, which is my own personal brand, and you guys are really a big part of that brand. Without you, it doesn't exist, and the financial backing that you guys provide us through supporting us in this channel through Holdfast has been tremendous. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, Holdfast-USA is a direct way to support the channel and help us out. So thank you guys, and huge shout out to Holdfast. So make sure you head over there, check it out, get some merch. The Chaser giveaway is ending here on March 1st, and I believe that this video should be coming out just before that. So if you haven't, if there's still stuff left in stock on the website, go buy, get entered. You don't want to miss out on an opportunity to own a Japanese legend. The second biggest partner of the channel is going to be FDF Race Shop. They are providing us with all of the angle kit parts that we need. And chances are, whatever you drive, they make an angle kit for. And if they haven't, they probably will soon. FDF has been a huge supporter of the channel. Josiah is a good buddy of mine. I met him in Formula Drift, and I'm just super stoked that he's willing to back the channel and support us in this way. So if you're looking for an angle kit for your car, or you're thinking about getting involved in drifting at all, FDF should be one of the first things you're getting for your car, alongside coilovers, seat, steering wheel, welded diff. Also, another big supporter of the channel is going to be GT Radio. They supply all of our rubber needs, from the truck to the trailer to the drift car. The only thing they don't make, which, Mike, can you guys please make rally tires? They're not making rally tires. We need rally tires. But huge shout out to GT Radio as well. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and keeping us on the track and keeping all of the vehicles rolling. So that's all of our sponsors for the channel as of now. Pray for us. We're looking for some more partners. If you guys know anybody who would want to support the channel in this way, send them our way. We got a couple of people we're talking to, and hopefully those deals go through. But let's get into the video.
I like drifting for the excitement.
I sound so stupid.
The adrenaline. The thrill of taking your car that somebody drives every day and sliding it sideways. It's pretty awesome to know and to be able to control a car in such ways that other people can't, or in ways that other people are afraid to do or just don't have the confidence to do. And you do a good job. Gives you
I did a good job.
Rush.
I had braces at the time, and I had this little like mouth spreader at the top of my mouth, and I talked like terrible. With the rewind. The Imagine Dragons arrows for damn sure what was going on. Dude, this is... We'll talk about it after. Let me just I'll let you finish this. Trying to mimic the Chem Block stuff. So we did this whole talking intro, and the entire time we're filming this intro, I have braces at the time.
The excitement.
And I have this mouth spreader in the top of my mouth, and my tongue is hitting it, and I can't pronounce my S's very well because there's this airwave that's going past my tongue in between this spreader that was in my mouth, and it was terrible. So this is my not my very first, but this is my second. The second video I ever filmed drifting. But look how inspired I was from Ken. Like, I was completely inspired by these guys who were filming driving in, like, such an amazing way, visually, with obstacles, and just technique. Like, look at that Flacco dude. That guy's straight skinny. So we throw in, we hit this board, it's this clipping point. I don't know why I thought that this was a good idea, but we did it. I was like, oh, set this up, dude. It'll be like a clipping point up, down. All of my buddies are sitting here on the wall. So we slide into the shot all silly, and then I don't know if you noticed this, but I overshoot the hell out of these yellow bars here. I'm going like way past them. And then we cut it into like, oh, we'll just do a donut around it. We set out the cones, trying to imitate and pick up on this very Ken Block style of driving. And then this is a big thing too. I come into this whole area here, and as you can see, these poles are like really tight. They're really close to each other, and the car barely fits through them sideways. And I'm not extremely sideways. This is prior to angle kits. This is prior to hydraulic handbrakes. This is factory M50 or whichever motor is in. I believe it's M50 because it's 325. But the M50 that was in this car at the time, and just driving these tight technical obstacles is something that helped me when I went and moved into something like the man line. Like, this driving for me was always fun and exciting, and it displays a lot of skill when someone has a lot of control over a car in a tight area. But ultimately, I didn't have a problem doing good driving in tight spots. I have more of a fear that sets in when I go drive like big stuff. And so this helped me display what I can do in a car without the fear factor. Because this, if you crash, it doesn't hurt. If you crash, you don't really mess up anything. And so I leaned toward more technical driving. And this will work later on in my career when I go over to Hoonigan and visit and do the infamous man line. So this is my next favorite moment in the channel. We drove out this man right here. This is Jeffrey Groffy. I think it's just Jeff Groff. Jeff Groff, stuntman extraordinaire. He runs a place called Drift Toge NWA. It's Drift NWA, Northwest Arkansas. And this has got to be one of the sickest events, if not the sickest event I have ever been to. I loaded up my truck and trailer. I got Darren with me at the time when he was working with the channel. For those of you who watch the channel, we headed east to Northwest Arkansas, and we went to this place called the Great Passion Play. And the Great Passion Play is it's a ministry property, so it's a faith-based property in the Bible. They're Christians, and they have this road that stretches down the backside of the property. So Jeff reached out to them, and they kind of established a deal. And the Passion Play property managers and people who work there adore Jeff, and they love him, and they loved everybody who came out and drove this event. And so then they signed up for this year. So Gary and I, this is kind of a little bit of an announcement for those of you guys who are either in the Drift NWA area or a part of that. We are going to be attending together here in April. We're going to be driving back out to Arkansas. I'm taking Gary, I'm taking his R34, and then I'm not sure which car I'm taking, if it's going to be the Chaser or the Pro car, but we're going back to this road, and we're going to hit it. And this is why, as we watch this is why this is one of my favorite moments for me in the channel, right here. Yeah, Gary's coming with me. Like the Gary, not the chaser. Like Gary King. Fellow was out there. So I'll talk you through it a little bit. This is that road that stretches from the top to the bottom. The vibes at this event were so amazing. There was people all over the sides of the hills. It was like an old rally event. You could see them all scattered throughout the hillside. The road was narrow. It was technical. It was still dangerous. It was very, very much so dangerous. But dude, this weekend that we were there was so much fun. And here's a little life hack for you guys who are thinking about attending NWA. On the first day, drive, get comfy, do all that stuff. But the following day, the Sunday, when we went, dude, there was like 3 people left. I think there was 4 of us total. And we had the mountain to ourselves the entire day. We just did whatever we wanted to do. Obviously within the rules and regulations. But bro, this road was so sick. This event is so sick. Even just getting to spectate it. Like, I don't know who's out there who's down, but if you guys even want to just fly out there and go spectate this event or hop in people's cars for a ride along, dude, this is it. At some point, I just stopped driving and I was like, I just want to go hang out and sit with these dudes. Like, we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. People are walking up and down the road. They shut it down. They got shuttles that go up and down and take you up and down the road. You can walk if you want to. There's Jeff's boys riding up and down the mountain on their motorcycle. Shout out GT Radio. GT Radio taking care of us. But look at the gnarliness of this road right here, dude. Cooking up and down the mountain. Dragging guardrails for the people that were hanging out over in that area. Let's jump into moment number 3. This is one of my top 5 favorite moments on the channel because I had started with that inspiration of Ken and that WRX, and all I wanted to do was eventually get myself into a Subaru at some point, but there just wasn't this cut dry path to professional driving that I knew about in rally. I chased the drifting route because I knew that all I have to do is do this, this, and this, and then I get a pro license. And then I go into the pros and I do this, this, and this, and I can win. And like I kind of had this really like cut and dry stepping stones into being a professional driver. And I didn't know about it in rally. And so this was my first time driving the rally car, getting it done. Night Motorsport had just built the motor. So I wasn't driving a hoopty anymore. We had the BC coilovers on it at this time, and we started this show called Ruts and Guts. And the concept was we're going to build a rally car and we're going to go jump into some rally stuff. Well, because of this show, I bought a drone. We had bought a drone. Frankie and Anthony welded in, and Clint helped weld in this roll cage from Cage Kits. And we set out to do some rally driving. And I think that the expressions on our face and the reactions that you're about to see are kind of a tall tale sign of how much I really enjoy driving the Subaru. Let's get into it. This is Clint driving his FRS, rear-wheel drive. And we started talking about kind of the concept of how loose his car was relative to how grippy my car was. And then I came up with this idea. I was like, how about you lead me and I'll chase you? And this is the difference between all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. He's matted. And you can hear me going on and off. Like, I'm not even trying. I can't go any faster. And so the only way to see through this dust is if you stay really close to him. So you just have to stay close to him so you can see. Otherwise, if he gets away from me, then we get dusted out. You hear the external wastegate open a little bit right there. But, man, there's something about driving in the dirt. You see a little washed out there? There's something about driving in the dirt that will never be paralleled. Like, drifting will always be a blast. It will always be fun. But driving in the dirt, dude, it makes cars that like that FRS right there, that thing doesn't make very much horsepower at all. But because it's in the dirt, it feels like it has a ton of horsepower. It even looks like it has a ton of horsepower. And it's just unparalleled, dude. So in love. So in love with rally. Okay, let's get into the next moment here. So this is my next moment that I really enjoyed. I was able to get a hold of one of my dream Japanese cars. I bought this car from a dude named Dustin English down in Texas. We went to a Knuckle Up event. I saw this car. I fell in love with this car. I wanted this car. And so began like this opportunity of like, hey, maybe we should build a drift taxi, and what car should we get? And I was like, well, that Chaser. And I miss it, and I love it, and I want to drive it. Anyways, check this thing out. A couple of things that were really hard right off the rip. The suspension was crazy soft. The angle kit was modded knuckles. It wasn't yet an FDF kit. And on top of all of that, it was right-hand drive, and I was trying to tell my left hand what to do, and that was very difficult. Normally, I'm throwing backward entries into this first corner, and I was like, I'm not there yet with this car, and I do not want to wreck this car. But check this thing out. So we're ripping it around. We're trying to figure out exactly like what to do.
I'm trying to just like get my bearings. It was very difficult to figure out. It was very difficult to figure out like what exactly I was supposed to be doing and where my hands were going. The actual drifting of the car with your hands on the steering wheel and your feet, that's all the same. The biggest difference is your left hand and your right hand now are doing different jobs. On top of all of that, it's a JZ as well, which I drive V8s because they're easy to drive and I've been competing. So why would I not, if I'm going to go into competition, yeah, I want something that's easier to drive. I don't want that odds stacked against me or an opportunity for me to make some silly mistake because I chose a different engine platform. But this car was so much fun, dude. I have fallen so deeply in love with it. We did a rewire, and we did a retune. Now, this is probably another one of the reasons why when I came across this video and I was looking for videos to put in my top 5, this is one of the big reasons why it was one of them also, is that my daughter was there. It was the first time, or second time that she was at the track with me. And there's this photo that came from this day where I'm standing putting fuel in the car, and she's standing right next to me. And so this day was awesome. My daughter was there. Hannah was there. We were driving a brand new car. I was driving my dream car. I had just gotten it. And this is just a huge moment for the channel. John was with us at this point, filming and editing with us. And so we've developed our style. We've developed the look that we want for the channel. And John's been ripping since.
You've seen the shift from when I was filming stuff myself, or when Hannah was helping me film stuff and I was editing it myself, to when Darren was on the team and Darren was editing stuff, and then a big shift from me, Darren, Hannah, all the way up to John, and John's quality of content and his editing and his style and everything, and just his ability to deliver me like what I wanted. It was amazing. So I'm ridiculously proud of where we are, and this is why I am so thankful to you guys. This is why so often I say thank you to you guys for the support, because we are working hard. We are doing this stuff, and it is very nice to see affirmation and love come through on the back end from you guys. And so sick. Thank you guys. I always say thank you because I truly mean it, dude. I really do. Thank you. And thank you to the boys. Thank you to Hannah. Thank you to Anthony, Frankie, Hugo, Dario, Clint, all the guys that have been a part of the channel for so long. At one point, Daniel Sandoval was rolling with us. We were doing some stuff with him. Even a bunch of the Hoonigan boys who at times participated in and out of our videos. Just talking to us on the channel. Like there's a video I watched last night where I'm at Hoonigan, I think for one of the first times. And I'm meeting Brian and Hurt and all these guys. I think it was the first time I ever met them. But it's huge, dude. It's huge. Thank you guys. I thank everybody who has been a part of helping us develop this channel. It's amazing. Okay, let's talk about this moment. This moment was pretty intense. So, I had said earlier in the video that I wanted to get the initiation. I wanted to destroy it. I wanted to be a part of that Matt Kaufman glory that he was basking in. And things didn't go right. But I will say, we're running the car as hot as it can go. We were up in the top of fourth gear, and we were cooking. The dash said, I think, 121 mile per hour. And then what happens next is what unfolded. We're going. I got Aaron from Radium in my car. I'm all, here we go, dude. It's going to be sick. Boom. The noise.
I told that man, hey, you should take that roof off. He's like, nah, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to fix it real quick with stickers and a license plate frame.
Okay, look. Yeah, it was a janky fix. It's called the trackside fix, okay? You're just trying to do what you have to do in order to get the car back on the track. We were doing 120, we'll just call it, mile per hour into turn one. And when I hucked that car sideways and that roof peeled off the top of the car, it was the loudest pop I had ever heard inside of a car. The whole thing, the way that it was set up, just to kind of explain it to you, is that it's where's the roof from? It's from Fine Line Aero, I think, is the one who does it. Dude, beautiful roof, amazing roof. I literally put another one on the car because freaking Matt Field intentionally ran it over. Freaking Buster. That fool told me, he's like, I saw your roof and I just swerved at it and hit it. And I was like, you dirtbag. Anyways, the roof got destroyed, and so I put another Fine Line on it. But the way that it's set up is that with the front windshield, the roof clicks kind of into position, and it kind of, the front of it has a lip that goes where the windshield would go, and then it has like a, I don't know how to do it, my hand doesn't do it. Let's just say it's this. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, here we go. We got cards. So the roof does essentially this shape, if you will. Can you see that? So it does this shape, and the windshield lays on top of it and gets glued over that front lip. That's why when we were going through the track, you see the back of the roof kind of flapping around, and it was only being held in by that glue and underneath the windshield. Well, on the back side of this hump is the chassis, right? So the chassis is on the back side, and then the windshield's on the front side. So the fiberglass is pinched in there like that. And at 120 mile an hour, when the cabin pressure just went through the roof because we threw the car sideways, that lip popped itself out of the glue, the glass, and the metal on the chassis, and it made the loudest, like, boom, just popped. And I was like, whoa, what the hell was that? It was terrifying, to say the least. You can almost hear it pop. But we're doing 121 over the crest, blind crest, at Laguna Seca, over this hill, top of fourth gear, screaming. I lifted a little bit because I got scared, pulled the handbrake, and right here you see the back rip, and then the front just goes. Boom, and what you can't see in the video is that the window freaking popped too. You can kind of see it there, actually. Wait for it, where was it? So we're cooking. Flying into turn one, 120 mile an hour. Get up over the crest and go, okay, this is where we got to pull it. Pull it. Boom, pops out. And on this right side, you can't really see it. Oh, right there you can. Boom. On the right side, the glass just goes whoosh, and spider webs all the way down the front of the freaking windshield. And I was like, holy, I didn't even notice it. I wasn't paying attention to it. All I know is that the car was dark inside and I wasn't being hit by the sun. And then suddenly the roof exploded. What sounded like an explosion, ripped off the top of the car, and all of a sudden I'm basking in sun rays. I was like, holy crap, and I just kept it together. I was like, oh my god. And then this is one thing, I felt really bad about this. This is one thing, and we talked about it afterward. My roof goes flying off. There's a BMW behind me, and then right behind the BMW is Matt Kaufman. And you can kind of catch this if you pay really close attention. The BMW comes around, he sees my roof, he hits the brakes, like stabs him. Kaufman is coming in behind him at like 130, like 10-ish mile an hour faster than me, somewhere around there, because he knows the speeds that he's supposed to hit this entry. And comes over the crest, and there's a beamer on its brakes in the race line, or in the drifting line, if you will. And he has nowhere to go, and he rocket ships off into the dirt at like 120 plus mile an hour. I felt so bad, dude. Like, because I felt like I caused that. And he for not a split second was like, dude, it's your fault. He was not stoked on the beamer driver because he came over that blind crest. And so then we established a rule. The Grid Life officials had talked about, don't go cooking over the hill if you don't think that, like, if you're not going to actually hit the initiation, and get off of the race line. Once you get on the other side of the hill, move over to the left into the shoulder area so that something like this doesn't happen. But yeah, you can see Kaufman just, he's out. He's going straight into the dirt. And we cut a little bit early because I didn't want to necessarily show all of that.
Man,
but
you should take that roof off. He's like, nah, man, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Gary was right.
Stickers and a license plate for
This is one of the very few moments in my life where Gary was right. Okay? I'll give it to him. Credit where credit's due. Gary was right. Should have took the roof off.
And sure enough, as I am black, that roof fell off faster than my dad on a crack bench. Poor roof. And it's funny.
The washers failed.
Yeah, no freaking duh. Oh, man. But this was, again, I just want to point out that this was one of the pivotal moments in the channel where the content started going the direction that I wanted it to go in, and we were truly creating art that we loved. And it was, for us, it wasn't about the money. It's not about the money. We need to get support because we have to pay for things. I have a wife and a kid and bills and all that stuff, so don't get me wrong. So money is very much so important and useful in our situation. But for the concept of making art, it's like, you know what? We're just going to create the art that we want. And the hope is that people jump on board and like it as much as we do. And if they do, sick. And if they don't, at least we made something we were proud of. And we didn't sell out to anybody. In all seriousness, I just want to say thank you to you guys for supporting us, for backing us and helping us, sharing content and doing all of that stuff. Because it has been an absolute blessing. The people I've met, the people I've gotten to speak with, some of you guys I've met in person or in DMs, it's always a good time. It's always fun. Obviously, we run into, weirdos at times. But you guys have been so much fun to create content with, to just entertain, and even meet in person. Like, it has just been a blast, this whole ride. And I honestly, from this moment on where we made this Grid Life video, I honestly feel like this is the beginning. Like, we're just I've finally gotten it figured out. We've finally gotten to a position that I want to be in. And it's like, we're just getting started. And I feel like I'm late to the party. I know that I'm late to the party, but we're going to try to be the life of the party. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out and supporting the channel. I gotta say that it has been an absolute blessing to do this. So thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, tell your boys about us. Share our content. Do whatever you want to do. We hope you enjoy the art that we create. Stay safe and hold fast, boys. Top 5. Thank you for 50K. Let's go, baby.